human beings, I hope you're well. My name is Michaela and welcome to this happy little corner of the internet. If you like books, cozy hobbies, and all things wellness, then you're in the right place. Today's a fun day. We're going bookstore hopping. This is my definition of fun, not club hopping, bookstore hopping. Like, this is peak. I'm so excited for today. So I have a list of like 5 or 6 different bookshops that I would really love to get to today, most of which I have never been to and I'm really excited to explore. Basically, I'm on a mission to find LA's best bookshops. My first stop is Octavia's bookshelf in Pasadena. It is a Black-owned bookstore. It looks really small, really cozy. So I'm probably just gonna swing by, probably won't spend too much time there. But first, we need fuel. And by fuel, I mean coffee. Hi, it's editing Michaela here. I just want to apologize in advance for some of the audio in this video. It's not great. It was so hot this day in LA and I kind of forgot that the AC would make the noise awful. So I did the best I could to fix it, but I apologize if I'm like fuzzy or the noise is just annoying or whatever. But anyway, enjoy. I'm currently listening to the audiobook for The Day God Saw Me as Black. It's really good and I'm loving it so far, but let's get going.
Whatever the state of his remains was, my daddy was no longer there. I managed to stoically deal with the calls, condolence conversations, the wake, funeral, and even sending his remains to the crematorium. I quickly learned that society does not do well.
Oh no, yeah, I just said hi. Iced latte is secured. I just got a medium iced latte with 2 shots of French vanilla swirl and then oat milk. I put the name Kayla in all of my like food delivery or pickup orders because when I put my real name and the way that it's spelled, they butcher it or they just don't know what to do and I'm like, let me just make it easier for you. I have not had Dunkin' since college, I want to say. I used to live right next to a Dunkin' Donuts, so I used to get their coffee a lot because I like it more than Starbucks, typically, and Starbucks is Starbucks. Okay. It's still really sweet. Okay, it's good. It is very, very sweet. I should have gotten just 1 pump of French vanilla, but I do like their French vanilla. I like the flavor of it. It doesn't taste artificial or weird, like chemical. I don't know. Sometimes vanilla tastes bad. I don't know how people get like 4, 6, 8 shots of sweeteners in that though. That's crazy. I can't taste the coffee and that's upsetting because I like the taste of coffee. Okay, so now we're officially heading to Octavia's bookshelf, and that's our first official stop, our first official bookstore of the day. It's 10 minutes away. I'm so excited, and I'll see you when we get there. Okay, first place down, Octavia's bookshelf was so cute. It was really cozy, a really tiny space, but jam-packed full of amazing authors and amazing books. Also, the staff in there was amazing. I met this really cool girl named Ryan. We immediately hit it off and started talking about books and life and everything, honestly. Their catalog focuses on BIPOC authors and queer authors, so I feel really safe choosing books there. And to be completely frank, I would just rather give my money to small Black authors and also small Black owned businesses like Octavia's Bookshelf. So that was a hit. I am so happy. I bought 2 books in there, but I'm gonna do a book haul at the end of this video. I told my fiance that I would be buying 1 book this whole day, and first one I bought 2. So I need to rein it in, mostly because I'm leaving the state in like 5 days, and I just don't have the space to pack all this in my suitcases. I am limiting myself to 2 more books. 1 more book. We'll see. On to the next bookstore. I'm headed to Lost Books in Glendale. The pictures online just looked beautiful, and I'm really excited for the ambiance and the vibes that this one's giving off. All right, let's go. I will see you there. Okay, we're back in the car. Let's do a really quick debrief on Lost Books. That's what it's called. It was so cute. The vibes were immaculate. It was like a garden bookstore, eclectic fairy tale. There were tons of plants and greenery. There were literal live birds in there. So the ambiance was nice. They played really soothing, peaceful music. The book selection itself was definitely really diverse. They were categorized, but I will say it was a little bit like Mod Podge, kind of mismatched. They sell used books as well as new books, I believe. Definitely used. I'm not sure if they sell like brand new books, but I will say the pricing was very fair. Like if there was a book that was a little bit more beat up, you could tell it had been worn and loved. It was priced below $10, which I think is really great. There were also a ton of like newer releases or super popular books there that I found that I was really interested in. Definitely still lower priced than you would get at like Barnes or one of the big name brand bookstores. I wish I had found this place sooner. I definitely would have made it one of my go-to bookstores. I don't know why I haven't been buying books secondhand more often, especially as someone who's not very particular about the state of their books. Like I don't need them to be pristine. I don't care if there's a little bit of a smudge or a little bit of a tear here and there. I definitely should have been buying secondhand more often. Would have saved me money. I definitely could have spent more time in there if I had more time. The day is kind of getting away from me, and I had a couple of things pop up on my schedule. So unfortunately, I have to cut this bookstore hopping day a little bit short. I have one more bookstore that I just have to get to. That's Reparations Club down further in LA. This is another Black-owned bookstore. Ryan, the staff member over at Octavia's Bookshelf, was telling me that the owner of Octavia's Bookshelf is really good friends with the owner of Reparations Club. Let's head over there. I'm out of Reparations Club. It was so cool in there. I loved all the decor. Everything felt very intentional. All of the books seemed to be, again, by like Black or queer or BIPOC authors, which is very, very important. I ended up buying 2 books. I will show you all the books that I got when I get home, but it's a 45-minute drive, so I'm gonna get going. I also have to pee so bad, but I don't know where to stop, so I'm just gonna barrel home, hope for the best. Hi again, it's the next day. I'm just gonna wrap up my experience at all of these amazing bookstores, give my final thoughts, as well as show you guys the 4 books that I picked up. Honestly, it was so hard to limit myself to 4 books, and this was more than I really should have gotten. And it's probably a good thing that I didn't discover these bookstores sooner, because I would be like broke. I'd be broke. The first book I picked up was My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyin Khan Braithwaite. I've seen this everywhere, heard of it everywhere. A lot of my favorite book content creators have read it and loved it. And when I picked it up and asked Ryan, who works at Octavia's bookshelf, I was like, have you read this? Do you like it? She was like, so good. So good. She said it was also kind of like funny, and I really enjoy when authors imbue a little bit of humor into kind of darker, more twisted circumstances. In case you haven't heard of this, I'll read the back of it to give you a little taste. Korede's sister Ayula is many things. The favorite child, the beautiful one, possibly sociopathic. And now Ayula's 3rd boyfriend in a row is dead, stabbed through the heart with Ayula's knife. Korede's practicality is the sister's saving grace. She knows the best solutions for cleaning blood, bleach, bleach, and more bleach, the best way to move a body, wrap it in sheets like a mummy, and she keeps Ayula from posting pictures to Instagram when she should be mourning her missing boyfriend. Not that she gets any credit. Korede has long been in love with a kind, handsome doctor at the hospital where she works. She dreams of the day when he will realize that she's exactly what he needs. But when he asks Korede for Ayula's phone number, she must reckon with what her sister has become and how far she's willing to go to protect her. Sounds crazy. I have a sister. Can't relate. But also I feel like I would do the same thing for my sister. So can't wait to read this. The next book I picked up also from Octavia's bookshelf is Sky Full of Elephants by Sibo Campbell. The cover and the colors on this one drew me in instantly. Ryan at Octavia's bookshelf, she was the only one working there, so we were just yapping the whole time. It was fantastic. But she actually suggested this one. In a world without white people, what does it mean to be Black? Okay, let me actually read a little bit more. You might need a little more than that. One day, a cataclysmic event occurs. All of the white people in America walk into the nearest body of water. A year later, Charlie Brunton is a Black man living in an entirely new world. Having served time in prison after wrongful conviction, he's now a professor of electric and solar power systems at Howard University when he receives a call from someone he wasn't even sure existed, his daughter, Sydney, a 19-year-old left behind by her white mother and stepfamily. It just sounds like such an interesting premise, and I'm really excited to get into this one. Okay, and then I didn't buy anything at Lost Books. I really enjoyed the ambiance and the environment, but I did feel like the selection was a little bit difficult to maneuver. It was still a great place to buy books, especially if I was looking for something secondhand. I would compare Lost Books to the Goodwill of fashion shopping. Like, you might have to dig through a little bit of stuff to get what you want, but there are definitely gems in there. And if I wasn't on a budget and if I wasn't moving and I had the space in my suitcase, I definitely would have taken the time to find stuff. There were a lot of books there that I was like, this looks so interesting, I really want this. So really, it has nothing to do with the bookshop itself. If I had the time, the space, and the money, I would go ham in there. It was more so just trying to, you know, have some self-control. But then I went to Reparations Club, and that is a Black-owned small business. So of course, I had to put my money there. I got 2 books. The first one is James Baldwin's If Beale Street Could Talk. I can't believe, and I'm ashamed to say this, but I've never read anything by James Baldwin. I've read pieces of it, and I've been a fan of that, and just him as a person I'm a huge fan of, but I've never read, you know, front to back one of his stories, one of his books. I did watch this movie and adored it, loved it. In case you don't know, I will read the back of this one. In this honest and stunning novel, James Baldwin has given America a moving story of love in the face of injustice. Told through the eyes of Tish, a 19-year-old girl in love with Fani, a young sculptor who is the father of her child, Baldwin's story mixes the sweet and the sad. In a love story that evokes the blues, where passion and sadness are inevitably intertwined, Baldwin has created two characters so alive and profoundly realized that they are unforgettably ingrained in the American psyche. Yeah, this one for sure. Gotta get to this soon. And then I actually picked up a nonfiction book. This is High Functioning, Overcome Your Hidden Depression and Reclaim Your Joy by Dr. Judith Joseph. I'm pretty sure this is a new release. Yes, it's 2025, new release. This is Judith Joseph. She's so pretty. This is all about high functioning depression. So it says, for those who look fine on the outside but don't feel fine on the inside, the first book to shed light on the hidden face of depression and the tools to break free from it. I am a type A perfectionist, people pleaser at heart. So that mixed with anxiety and depression, I might look okay on the outside. I am not usually okay on the inside. I'm really excited for this one. I might even do like a whole video kind of pertaining to this book because I know high functioning depression is something that a lot of people deal with. So I kind of want to do a video, not necessarily reviewing this book, but just kind of summarizing what I've learned from it, what I'm implementing into my life to help. I honestly God wanted to get so many more, but I had a little bit of self-control, so be proud of me, thank you. But now I just have a much deeper appreciation for small bookstores, individually owned bookstores, family-owned bookstores, all of that. I think what really surprised me was how different each of these stores were and how much personality and character they each had, but how each one was equally enjoyable. I did have two other bookstores that I wanted to visit, so maybe next time I'm in LA, we'll have to do a part 2 to this video. If that's something you'd like to see, please be sure to comment that below. That way I know, and next time I'm in LA, I will schedule that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, going bookshop hopping. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, please be sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on. I am uploading a little bit more periodically, a little more sporadically, just as I'm doing this move, but we're coming back and we're coming back with a vengeance. So get ready. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your heart, and I'll see you soon.